Today we're going to talk about when is it time to stop driving. Hi, it's me, Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for the caregivers with love, laughter, and lessons learned. When is it time to start driving? Stop driving? Well, I think once you have that question, is it time to stop driving? That's usually when it's time. You know, before my mom moved to Florida, she lived in New York. In the last year, she blew out 5 tires hitting curbs. My brother would call me, oh, I have to change another tire. So when she moved here, we didn't bring the car. So I thought maybe we were going to get away with that. She lived in an independent community. There was transportation there. But every day when I would pick her up, she'd say, oh, I wish I had a car. I wish I had a car. I want to drive a car. So I finally made a decision. This is what we're going to do, Mom. We're going to rent a car. And believe me, I rented a big car. I said, you can drive it around for about a week. And if you feel comfortable with the car, we'll talk about you getting a car. And like I say, it wasn't necessary for her to have a car, but she just wanted a car. So I rented that car. And it was day 3. She hadn't driven the car yet. I'm like, Mom, you need to drive the car. So I took her from her independent community where she lived. She drove the car to the bank, and I took her on the back road so she wouldn't have to go on the main road with the highway. And she was like knuckling it like this. And when she got out of the car, she took the keys and she threw them at me and said, I'm not driving anymore. You're my chauffeur. Well, that was fabulous, but that doesn't work with everybody. That doesn't work with everybody. Many men in particular, they just have such a bond with driving. They've done it all day. You know, they got their license when they were 16 to 17 and they were ready to roll. But we need to be looking out. When I need you to drive with your loved one. Because if you're not in the car with them, you can't really see what's going on. And if you're in the car with them and all of a sudden they're like, oh, that car just came out of nowhere, that might be an issue. Or people are honking at them, that might be an issue. If they stop too soon or not soon enough at the traffic light, that may be something that's an issue. They may have visual problems that you're not paying attention to either. So if they do have some issues, the first thing I would do is get their eyes checked and their ears checked, because hearing can also play a point in it. The thing is, if you're going to take the keys away, make sure you have alternatives for them. Set them up with an Uber or a Lyft or a car service or a senior car service that'll come pick them up. Tell them, well, you know, Mom, instead of you going to the doctor's by yourself, me or my granddaughter's going to pick you up. We'll take you to the doctor's and we'll have some nice lunch. Because many times I think they don't want to give up their keys because they're afraid they're going to be isolated. They're not going to have any choices. They're not going to be able to go out anymore. So please feel for them. I always tell caregivers, put yourself in their shoes. How would you feel if somebody told you they were taking your keys away? And have these conversations before. Because I found out many times when people have these conversations before, it's not so hard for them to give up the keys. I'll make an agreement with my children, and when it gets to a certain point, I will definitely give up the keys because I don't want to get hurt, and I don't want to hurt anybody else either. So tune in next week for another tip brought to you by Art and Chords, where all they do is memory care, and have a delicious day.